Hello, everybody. Welcome to Most Wanted Topics. I'm your host, Kevin Dennison, along with me, Atomic Tommy, and we have a special guest with us as well. We'll get to him in just a second. We are broadcasting to you from our studio here in Most Wanted Comics here in beautiful Bloomington, Minnesota. We are talking about Most Wanted madness here at Most Wanted Comics. Everybody's filling out their boards, and you can see it right behind us here. It's been exciting. We've had a lot of entries come in to think who they're going to win. Now, remember, this is just for fun. There's no serious analytics. There's no proper seating. We're just going to go through this as a fun thing. But in honor of the great Jimmy the Greek, we brought in Jimmy the Seuser. Jimmy, how you doing today?
I'm doing really well.
Good. We're here to get some analysis and some feedback. You know, we're going to go through the first round matchups, which start this. Everybody knows that their bracket is due on Wednesday at 5 p.m. First round start on Thursday and Friday, and then all the results are going to be posted on Monday. And it's going to be incredible. People are going to see the results of the first round on Monday. We're going to go over some of those results and then kind of make our predictions for round two, which will be the following week. So it'll be a few weeks here following the board as you go along. So once again, you have until Wednesday to fill out your board. Make sure you email them in or turn them into the store by 5 p.m. on Wednesday because that's the cutoff to enter this thing. So we're going to go through the first round here. We have Captain Marvel and Firestorm, Nightwing and Shang-Chi, Captain America and Cyborg, Swamp Thing and Savage Dragon, Flash and Quicksilver, Starfire versus Daybreak, Venom versus Human Torch, Doctor Doom versus Moon Knight on the left side of the bracket. On the right side of the bracket, you have Scarlet Witch versus Nova, Doctor Strange versus Raven. Wow, DC, I love it. Wolverine versus She-Hulk, Ghost Rider versus Hellboy, Invincible versus Homelander, Wonder Woman versus Storm, Batman versus Daredevil, Dr. Fate versus Deadpool. You know, we're going to talk about, highlight some key matchups here. One thing we did in this bracket is highlighted some characters you don't normally see. Everyone always goes for the Marvel, DC only, but we went outside. We also did some Image. We also did some Dynamite, didn't we, Atomic Tommy?
Oh, yeah, we did. We went for some Image, and, I mean, I think Image in large is underrated, and I feel they really never get purposefully represented. So in spirit of that, we chose some of the probably most known Image characters.
We did, and especially one of the longest running. Eric Larson, you know, one of the longest running series with Savage Dragon. So Savage Dragon got leave of absence, supposedly from the Chicago PD, to enter this tournament, and the Chicago Police Department let him off to enter this thing, and a serious underdog versus the Swamp Thing in this. However,
absolutely,
another character not to sleep on. I mean, you're talking about a character that has superhuman strength, has the ability to heal quick, and that could do him well because Swamp Thing is no joke.
Swamp Thing is absolutely no joke. The embodiment of the green, practically immortal. I mean, as long as green exists, Swamp Thing exists. So really,
and Savage Dragon is green.
Savage Dragon is green, but not that kind of green. But I like where you're going with that. But anyway, you know, Swamp Thing, not one to sleep on or underestimate by any means.
No, let's get some analysis from Jimmy the Seuser here. Seuser, what do you think of that matchup, Swamp Thing versus Savage Dragon?
Swamp Thing all the way.
This is just
Swamp Thing all the way.
Okay, so you're
because you got magic going on, you got physicality going on. Swamp Thing's got it all.
Okay, Savage Dragon heal quick though. It's just no match.
It's Swamp Thing though.
It's Swamp Thing.
It's Swamp Thing.
It's Swamp Thing. I got you. All right, Seuser, let's highlight a matchup here for us to just give some analysis to the people at home.
Oh, analysis of Doctor Doom and Moon Knight.
Okay,
Doctor Doom all the way. Doctor Doom.
All right.
Yeah.
Give us some reason.
Because Moon Knight died.
Moon Knight died. Okay, so we're bringing in current Moon Knight here. We're bringing in
an unknown, totally unknown. And now Doctor Doom, man, because again, we're talking about a guy who put hot scalding metal on his face because of a little scratch.
Oof.
You know,
that's a good point.
The sanity is out the door here.
Dr. Doom, yes.
For clarity, the Moon Knight in the bracket is Mark Spector, just for clarity. But Susser brings up a good point. Dr. Doom is not one to trifle, but Moon Knight, as long as, Khonshu's around, is he can resurrect as many times as he needs.
Yeah, but still. But again, Dr. Doom knows magic.
Yeah, that's true. That is true.
He's got the armor that rivals Iron Man. And even Doctor Strange fears Dr. Doom.
Who wouldn't fear Doom?
Who would?
Exactly.
Dr. Doom's a big player.
So, I mean, Dr. Doom, heck, I pictured Doom winning all the way. But again,
you never know. Anything can happen. There's always an upset. But I tell you what, Susser, that's a great take. How about this one now? Here's another interesting take. You have Invincible versus Homelander. Now these are two outsiders coming in. You're talking the Image world and Dynamite world colliding here. What do you think? Okay, so Susser's saying Homelander. Atomic Tommy, what do you think?
Well, no matter who's the winner, I think it would be close either way. I mean, you have Viltrumite strength versus what I would probably deem to be a lower grade Superman strength. If this was, if this was Homelander versus Omni-Man, Invincible's father, I'd give it to Omni-Man, given that very clearly stronger and more experienced, but Invincible's young. He doesn't have the experience. He is a bit of a newcomer in terms of popularity, right? I mean, Invincible blew up with the show just a few years ago, and now he's here and on the bracket. And it could go either way, I really think.
Homelander is not stable.
That is true.
Again, leading edge, where Invincible would kind of like, I'm a hero. I've got to step back. I can't go all the way. And Homelander will just go right through him.
That is true. I won't spoil anything from Invincible Comics because I know that's a big thing that pisses people off if you spoil things, especially with the show coming up. But there have been a few times in Invincible Comics where Invincible teeters the line. He doesn't, sure, he is a hero, but he's willing to do, shall we say, the wrong thing for what he believes to be the right reason. And I think, with that determination, that could definitely give Homelander a run for his money.
Right, but there is a reason usually, right? Homelander, it's all about him.
That is true. Yeah, that's true. Wow. This could go either way.
It's all about Homelander, man.
It could go either way, I'll tell you.
I like it. I like it. Let's talk about another matchup here. We have a critical one here. This is in the middle of the bracket. Wolverine versus She-Hulk. Jimmy the Susser.
That's a tough one.
We have to go in deep on this one, into the weeds.
Yeah, we do. Because if we want to go with Jennifer's powers of being a Hulk, that regenerative powers, because the Hulk, just angrier it gets, the more he keeps on going. And we know that the Hulk is immortal, essentially, because of the Maestro. But Jennifer isn't in the future.
That's right.
They've never put her out there. They've never made her immortal, as far as we know.
That's true.
But Wolverine regenerated from his skeleton and up in an issue.
Absolutely.
So, and plus he's stubborn.
He's stubborn. He's angry.
But again, Jennifer may want to smash him by her own special way.
That's true.
So...
You never know what can happen.
She-Hulk smash. So again, it's a toss-up, but I think fight per fight, Wolverine. Well, it depends on which Wolverine. Are we talking about
regular old Wolverine?
Regular classic Wolverine.
Logan, regular old Laura.
Okay, Logan. Well, because it would be more interesting if you did the Laura Kinney Wolverine and the She-Hulk. That could be a more interesting tie-up. But I would have to go with Logan on this.
Yeah, I could see that. I think, I'm not going to give away any winners here. We're not gonna spoil anything, but I think that's definitely an interesting matchup to ponder.
It's a big take. It's one of the tough matchups in the bracket for a first round matchup.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a tough one. It's a good one. Here's another tough matchup here. Nightwing versus Shang-Chi.
That is a tough one. That's the one. I was one of the ones I really wanted to be a head scratcher.
This could make or break a bracket.
It could. The one thing I'm going to preface this with is I'm not going to say whether or not Shang-Chi has the 10 rings. That's going to be something
let's go pure base power.
Pure base, hand-to-hand.
Hand-to-hand. Let's stick with that.
Hand-to-hand combat. This is
Dick is good.
Dick Grayson's going to be ready for it.
Dick Grayson is an excellent fighter. He had a great teacher, but so did Shang-Chi. Oh, I'm going to have to go with him.
You think so?
Over Grayson.
Yeah, okay. Yeah. All right.
I'm liking Nightwing in this fight. Hands down, there's a lot for him to prove in this matchup. This is a first big time tournament for Nightwing. Mm-hmm. Dick Grayson wants to show himself. He really wants to prove himself as a top vigilante. I think that I don't know. I think it's gonna be a tough matchup, but I think Nightwing put a lot into this. Getting into this tournament and qualifying for it was just unbelievable. I think Dick Grayson has a lot to prove in this one.
I think one thing you got to take into consider is, and I think the big really part of this, because I mean Nightwing is a talented fighter, Shang-Chi, master of kung fu, a talented fighter, but you really have to take into consideration how I think Nightwing would approach the fight at first. Would he underestimate Shang at first, or would he be all serious? And I think that could be the big determining factor of the fight is how Nightwing approaches the fight and how he recovers if he approaches it wrong.
I think that if he knew what he was getting into it, he may have a standing chance of winning. But if it was a dark alley and they ran into each other, the other would win.
Right. I think that's definitely a interesting take, and we'll see what happens on the bracket.
All right, let's talk about the newcomer. The newcomer into this tournament, Daybreak. People are like, who is Daybreak? Well, listen, they're going to be here at Most Wanted Comics, New Pain production team. This is a creation of Keith Champagne, new production team. This is Daybreak completing her 4-issue run and entering and earning a spot in this tournament. Atomic Tommy, let's talk about Daybreak for a little bit and what her powers are compared to Starfire and what kind of matchup we can expect.
Right. So Daybreak has the complete power of the sun, an alien sort of energy actually formed into a human with the pure power of the sun. I'm not going to give away too much about the run. I don't want to spoil anything, but she is practically, she's not immortal, but she can absorb most damage, similar to Superman. But she does have some weaknesses. I'm not going to get into what those weaknesses are because it would spoil the story. Nothing that would necessarily affect the fight at hand. But in terms of things like punches, bullets, massive blasts, she can definitely take a hit. I don't think she is one to sleep on. Power of the sun.
She's got a chin on her.
She does have a chin on her. I think that, in terms of power level, I mean, she's up there. I think a lot of people are going to underestimate her just because she's an unknown character and, and new with an independent run. But she definitely has some power to her with that sun. So who knows what could happen.
Susur, what do you think now with Starfire versus Daybreak?
Sunlight?
That's a good question. I don't know.
I don't remember. It's been a while since sorry folks, I stopped reading DC a while ago.
I'm not caught up on my Teen Titans, so I couldn't.
And it used to be one of my favorite books.
I don't know Starfire's complete powers, so it really comes down to
can Daybreak handle? It's going to be veteran versus rookie.
I'm friends with Tom Wynn and I know Keith, so I'm going to have to go with Daybreak because of them.
Jimmy Susur predicted an upset here. Yeah. This could be a big upset.
It could be a big upset.
Yeah, this could be a big upset on the board. We'll see what happens with that matchup. All right, let's do one more here for the first round. Let's do
Ghost Rider Hellboy.
Yeah, let's do Ghost Rider Hellboy. Susur, give us your take on Ghost Rider versus Hellboy, please.
This is going to be a hard one. I'm going to have to go with Hellboy.
Wow,
that's a big upset. That's a big one.
Big upset away from the Marvel stuff because Hellboy, what does he do for a living? He hunts demons.
That's what he does.
Sure. And so he probably has something up his sleeve, a bullet or something that'll help take out Ghost Rider. And again, there's 5 Ghost Riders. Which one are we talking about?
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny Blaze. All
There's
right.
only one, in my opinion.
He's a Ghost Rider fan.
Well, there's
very
Helverine now. Now, if it was Helverine,
Yeah.
oh, you know,
I was contemplating Helverine, but I thought he was probably a little too
yeah,
new
Yeah.
for people to really have a clear.
right.
I think people, when you think of Ghost Rider, you go to Johnny Blaze first. I mean, that's kind of the go-to for Ghost Rider. So that's what we're rolling with.
I just want to say one thing though, Benjamin Percy, damn you.
Oh, Sousa calling out Benjamin Percy.
He's the one who did the plots.
I know. We got to, you know what? We have to get him on here at Most Wanted Comics, and maybe we'll have to explain himself.
Yeah,
I think we'll have to put him under the mic and say, hey, look, what the hell, man?
Jimmy the Sousa versus Benjamin Percy.
Yeah, we'll have Jimmy interview Benjamin Percy here. We're still looking for Dan Jurgens here. I mean, we still haven't found Dan Jurgens. Anyway, first round matchups are next week. Remember, get your brackets in on Wednesday. That's the cutoff. We'll be back next week with some results, and you follow along each week to see how you're doing. We're going to have a lot of fun with this, so hopefully you enjoyed the takes of the first round, and we look forward to going over the second round with everybody. So thanks a lot, everybody. Sousa, thanks for coming in today and talking to us and give us your analysis.
No problem.
We'll expect you to be ready for round 2 next week.
all right,
Thanks a lot, Sousa.
all right.
All right, everybody, you just heard the takes from Atomic Tommy and Jimmy the Sousa for our analysis on the first round of the brackets. But now we're going to talk about what has come into the store lately. We do more than just comics. We do bring in vintage toys. And we did have some cool toys come in this week, and we brought in nobody better than to talk about it. The Mighty Mafu is here to talk about some of the vintage Transformers we took in. Mighty Mafu, tell us what we got in the store this week.
Well, I'm going to start with Mirage, which is the Indian 500 race car, the blue one that you see here. He came out in 1984, also 1985 with the rub sign. He came with a laser gun, rocket launcher, and 3 to 4 missiles. Wow, that's a lot of missiles.
A lot of missiles and some serious damage with that, right there.
Yeah, you can totally knock out a few Decepticons with that kind of firepower. Also, traditionally, the tech spec. Everybody loves this. Classic G1 artwork. Also, one of these because you can't really read the specs on these things. So they included this to make it easier to read their strengths and their intelligence. I think that's a cool design touch, if you ask me.
It is. So the Transformers that came loose came with their cards.
Yep.
Okay, cool. What else do we get?
Trailbreaker. He came out in 1984-85 also, with the rub sign. He was one of the Transformers to come with a bevy of extra hand attachments. So he came with his G1 cartoon laser rifle, his shield generator is what I'm going to call it. 2 fists, you can see here. Another force field generator. Man, this guy wants his force fields, which can plug into the back of his head. And 2 other, I don't know, shock hands, to create.
Is he complete?
Yep, he's
So he's all
complete
complete?
with another tech spec. Awesome. I love G1 artwork.
G1 Transformers is one of my favorite. Now, do we have him priced yet?
Yes, we do.
Do you know how much we have him priced for?
$80.
$80 here, everybody. Come and get this figure for $80 here. Now,
Yep.
what else do we have?
And the Combaticon Blast Off came out in 1986 and 1987. He was part of the combiner team Bruticus. He was released 2 different ways. He was released on a single card and as a massive gift box set of Bruticus that included the rest of the Combaticons. He is a cool figure. He transforms into a space jet, which is really cool, actually, if you ask me. And he comes with these 2 mount howitzers, like
The howitzers?
Cybertroning. Yeah, Yeah, the Cybertronian equivalent of a howitzer, and this really cool laser rifle, if you ask me. That's a really cool rifle. And the tech spec, it is small, yes, but because he came on a single card, it would make sense why it would be smaller.
As long as it's included, that's all that matters. Now, these weren't the only 3 Transformers we took in. Who else did we get?
Yeah, we got Cliff Jumper, always a good one, voiced by the legendary Casey Kasem, who also voiced Shaggy.
Yep, for Scooby-Doo, yep.
And a couple.
You can see a picture of the Transformers behind us right now. So come into Most Wanted Comics, check it out. Mighty Mafu, as always, great segment. Great take on the Transformers. We'll be right back, everybody, with Atomic Tommy for this week's comic books. Atomic Tommy, man, we just had the Mighty Mafu on talking Transformers. We're a little bit out of order today, but it was a big show because we had to go over the top picks with the brackets. You know, I tell you what, it's a big few weeks coming up here for Most Wanted Comics and the Most Wanted Madness tournament. Well, let's keep to the form. Let's talk about the comics that came out and then what's upcoming. So let's get your take.
Yeah, so this past week, I think the biggest thing that happened was Gang War ended in Amazing Spider-Man. That was a long thing. It
was a journey.
That was a journey.
It was a journey.
It went, I don't know, 7 Amazing Spider-Man issues maybe. Which is a long time. That's about 4 or 5 months, plus all the spin-off titles. That was a big deal, and I didn't like it very much. Well, I shouldn't say I didn't like it. It was okay. I'd say it's probably better than what they've been putting out recently, but it still didn't really solve or do anything to fix the larger problems on the book, which I'd like to talk about in a future episode. I don't know. I'd like to do a whole Gang War.
That might be a 2-hour episode
breakdown. It could be, because there's a lot of problems with the editorial and in the writing, and I think a lot of those problems are on display here. And I'd like to get into it a little bit further, but that's not for today.
Not for today.
For today, I'd like to talk about Avengers Twilight, which is a very popular book right now.
Yeah, all of a sudden
it was an all of a sudden kind of a thing too. The first issue, I don't want to say it didn't sell very well, but it just kind of, it was there. The second issue is kind of the same way, and now all of a sudden third issue's out and everybody wants it. And I'd like to talk about it because it's really not that bad of a book. Is it an amazing book? No, but it's a pretty good book. If we really look at it, it's a Captain America story. I know it's called Avengers, but it's a Captain America story, at least for now. And it's really not, I'll start with this, it's really not breaking any new ground here. If you really look underneath everything, it's a Captain America story. He has to fight against corruption and evil and stand for what is right. That's a very Captain America standard story. And that's what Avengers Twilight is, and for some people that's a criticism, and for other people is what they're looking for in a Captain America book.
I'm on that path.
You're on that path?
I'm on the traditional Captain America, red, white, and blue.
Right.
Some
people don't like the book because it is just another standard Captain America story, but other people really do like the book, and I'm in the middle. I think it's good, and I think it's good because if you really look at sort of the corruption, I guess, that Captain America is fighting, I don't want to say it's relevant, but it's something that is thrown around a lot. It's not your standard comic book, Hydra's taken over the world. I mean, there's definitely some of that here, but it's stuff that, it's modern ideas and concepts that you see thrown around by people today. And again, that's something that some people don't like. That's something that people do like, but it's taking, some modern theories and concepts and mixing them into
traditional character.
I don't know.
Maybe kind of underlying the traditional character a little bit.
Yeah, it's taking, these very modern ideas and mixing them into a comic book Captain America story, which I think is good and refreshing. But I think it's good. I think it's a little weird. I don't really know what to think of it. But
well, it's amazing how fast it shot up. I mean, here
that is
3
true.
issues into it, and then all of a sudden everybody wants to read the back issues. And again, you're going to run into a shortfall because it wasn't on everybody's radar.
That's true.
And now everybody wants it. It's and what surprisingly good, Magneto's been really good.
Magneto, I haven't read Magneto, but people seem to enjoy it. I did read the first issue. It wasn't really my thing, but some people typically tend to enjoy it.
Yeah. All right. Well, anyway, let's keep going.
That's it for this week.
Yeah, what's coming out?
slow
What do we have
week.
to look forward to?
Coming out this next week is a big week, mostly for Marvel. There's really nothing good coming out in DC, I don't think, just in general. Usually ever, but, this week, nothing that really catches my eye. Image, Void Rivals comes back, number 7. They went on a bit of a hiatus. They come back. I really like Void Rivals, so that'll be fun. Marvel, Spectacular Spider-Man, number 1. That's, I think, going to be one that a lot of people are going to pick up. Miles and Peter back again. Just another Spider-Man title. Keep adding to the list. There's like 8 of them.
Yeah, well,
You don't
Spider-Punk out now, too.
We don't need another one, but they're making another one.
They're doing it.
And we got Ultimate X-Men. That's going to be a big one. I don't even want to talk about it. It's going to sell out. It's going to be $60. I don't care.
Yeah.
Move on. And Weapon X-Men, team up with a bunch of different Wolverine versions, variants, whatever you want to call them. So that'll be fun. That's coming out this week.
You got it. Positive Tommy right there for today. Atomic Positive Tommy.
I'm tired of the Ultimate stuff, man. That stuff.
Yeah, Ultimate kind of wore you out because everyone asked for it when they didn't want to order it. Now they want to order it because the speculators have jumped it up. And
Spider-Man's okay. People are making it out to be the greatest thing since sliced bread. It's not. Ultimate Black Panther was kind of lame. And Ultimate X-Men, I have hopes, but who knows? It's written and art by Peach Momoko, which I think is actually kind of cool to have, the same writer also do the art. We see that right now with Daniel Warren Johnson. He's art Transformers and writing Transformers. So I like to see that because I think it helps keep a book consistent. If you have one person doing everything, it's easier to keep them doing it for a long time. And I think one of the big problems in comics that they change up the teams.
Yeah, they change up the teams way too quick. They got to keep them together. Well, all right. Well, get your brackets in. Big couple weeks. Also, baseball season kicking off the 23rd. Kevin Tapney will be here at Most Wanted Comics, signing autographs from 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Kevin Tapney, former Minnesota Twin, 1991 World Series champion. Make sure you come check that out. Again, March 23rd from 11 to 1.
Yep. Absolutely.
All right, you guys. You will see you next week.